Alright, so we're a little bit older, we're a little bit stronger, a little bit wiser, and we've acquired the taste for some finer things in life. And here's this weird lady.
The fuck?
Again.
Huh.
And she's bleeding from her abdomen.
She had a C-section.
Looks like it.
A very unhappy C-section. At least she doesn't seem too happy about it.
Does she even, like, know you're there?
Does not seem to.
Really doesn't. You're just gonna leave her be. I can respect that.
She's obviously mourning.
I imagine something happens if you murder her.
I don't actually know what happens if you murder her. I've never murdered her. You know, there's no reason.
I take it that was a shortcut there.
Yeah, it's a shortcut back to our bonfire / lantern.
Wait a minute. What the fucking weapon are you? You're using this.
We're using the not the Kshake, the Rakuyo. This is the DLC weapon that I went and did the DLC because we're at the end of the game, and I didn't, you know, look at all these mummies.
All stacked in a row.
Conveniently timed distraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the
So we
DLC
went and found
first.
some iron.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
because I can't do the DLC after I beat the game.
Yep.
Sure. There's gonna be a boss, isn't there?
No, there's going to be a baby.
The baby boss.
It's Half-Life all over again.
Ugh, that thing.
Not quite the same.
So it's... yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
it doesn't quite have sword arms, but
The wet nurse.
oh, Murgo is the baby.
Murgo is the baby. And this is Murgo's protector.
And Murgo's name is spelled with an E and not a U.
What's the significance there?
Just how my brain was spelling it, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Very large AoE.
A little bit. It'll launch you.
It slices, it dices.
It makes Julian hunters.
Yeah.
Now, can we hurt the baby doing this?
We cannot.
Don't we need to keep the baby alive? It's after all silencing its cry that does the bad thing, right?
Well, we're trying to silence its cry. And this thing is clearly trying to stop us.
No. It's just making sure we
Stretch
clean up for
Armstrong.
dinner.
Yeah. I've learned, you know, through a lot of trial and a lot of error that once this happens, it's just easier to dodge the entire time.
And just wait for the effect to wear off.
Yeah, wait for the effect to wear off, wait for the double to go away.
Yeah, to hold two of them at once is really brutal.
Yeah, the whole world is full of knives.
Also, he's strong, or it's stronger.
Would be a she if it's a wet nurse.
Yeah, so she is stronger. You go up and hit her, and you don't do as much damage.
Yeah.
And she does a lot more.
Just saying, odds nursing the baby with blood.
Pretty high.
I see you're still using these a bit. Or is this the DLC weapon as well?
No, this is the DLC weapon.
Oh, it also can wield.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Is that like a sai or something? Or just like a poignard?
Some kind of katana thing that... Whenever
Wakizashi.
This is the... Yeah, essentially it's a katana wakizashi combo. Whenever it's... This is the transform form. When it's not transformed, it's just one thing. It's like a Darth Maul weapon.
You just break it in half.
but less dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, less so a Darth Maul weapon just because the bottom half is just like a little dagger.
I'm surprised how much you can stay in on him when this is going on.
Yeah, you just take a lot of damage. You have to be able to soak the damage. It's part of the reason why I'm wearing this armor set. It has one of the highest physical damage resistances. There we go. That's the fight.
Okay.
Good game. Now, go take care of the baby.
Pan over.
He's always kind of in like an awkward position after the fight, but he's still alive somehow. Until you do that. Now we get
Nightmare Slain.
Killer.
Yeah, Nightmare Slain, which is different
The
than
other third of the umbilical cord.
Yep.
I have to admit I couldn't see the baby and all that.
You don't ever see the baby, you just see the carriage, but it's implied there's a baby inside.
He's certainly crying.
I kind of like
I mean,
how
they
there's
probably-
the chalice there.
They probably wanted to release this game in places besides America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Great Relic, also known as the Cord of the Eye, every Infinite Great One has this precursor to the umbilical cord. Every Great One loses its child, and then yearns for a surrogate. This cord granted Menzies audience with Murgo, but resulted in the stillbirth of their brains, used to gain insight and, so they say, eyes on the inside, although no one remembers what that truly entails. So there you have it. That tells you exactly what happened. The Menzies ritual, they were conducting this ritual to make contact with a Great One. They made contact with Murgo instead, and Murgo is a Great One, but kind of an accidental thing happened with Murgo. But because I think what probably happened is they were probably trying to contact a Great One like Kaz, and they accidentally contacted Murgo, which resulted in the stillbirth of their brains. Because and now the lady leaves because you've taken care of Murgo, because that's Murgo's mother.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'll just go into the lore because I don't think we have the items to back it up. But here's what I know. I think from doing the Chalice dungeons is where you get the lore from. That woman is Queen Yharnam, which was the last queen of the Thumerians, which was the precursor to the human society that sprouted up here.
And those Thumerians are the really tall people with the weird-ass faces.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I should keep going with this. Probably, but look what's
it's
happening
all
here.
on fire.
Yeah.
Doll seems kind of chill about it.
Yeah, the doll doesn't seem to really care.
Okay.
Just go ahead and level up here too.
Good hunter, you have come. Dawn will soon break. This night and this dream will end. Gammon awaits you at the foot of the great tree.
Okay, so anyway, Yharnam
The echoes become your strength.
had been impregnated with Murgo,
Let me
which
come.
Murgo was going to be half human, half Great One. Kind of what's going on here is that the Great Ones continually lose their children, so in order to breed more children, they made a pact with the humans that worship them
May
to
you
have
find
the
your
humans
worth
bear their
in
children.
That seems like nobody's gonna win.
Yeah, so Murgo ended up being a stillbirth and died in the womb, but still became a Great One somehow. And so that's why I said Murgo was accidental. And so whenever the College of Menzies contacted Murgo on accident, it resulted in the stillbirth of their brains, and they all died. And they were either dead or trapped in the nightmare, like Mikolash.
Oh, yeah.
And these are the great trees, are those other pillars.
Yep. So this is the umbilical cord which we got from the workshop.
Beckon the hunters and conceive the hunter's dream.
Yep. This helped conceive the hunter's dream, and we'll see how here in a minute. This is the one Provost Willem sought the cord in order to elevate his being and thoughts to those of a great one by lining his brain with eyes, the only choice he knew if man were to ever match their greatness. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do we ever get to run into Willem himself?
We did. He was on the balcony. Willem was on the balcony of Bergenworth right before we jumped off into the lake. And then I killed him in the footage that had to get cut, and he dropped that eye rune. So now we're going to use the umbilical cords. Remember the note that said 3/3 cords or whatever?
Yeah.
So we're going to use 3/3 cords.
And they're each
you
worth
eat those
3,
things.
huh?
We're consuming them. To get eyes on the inside, I guess. I don't know.
Thanks, Cruz.
Consume their power.
Consume their placenta.
And here's an area that's never been opened before.
And it's all these flowers.
Yeah, it sure is.
Also, it looks like the moon's setting and something's going on with those clouds, which we got a sunrise in the dream.
Yeah, is the sun coming up?
Good hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
No! You don't want to wake up, huh?
Dear, oh dear. What was it? The hunt? The blood? Or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter. It always comes down to the hunters help her to clean up after these sorts of messes. Tonight, Gammon joins the hunt.
Surprise boss fight!
Not so surprised.
Surprise optional boss fight.
I mean, you could just die.
And you get the easiest ending.
Yeah.
Now, do you get that same ending if you just die to him here?
No. This is definitely one of the hardest fights in the game. That's why I'm so desperate to get a parry off.
He seems to hit very hard. We've got very, like, Gwen-esque music going on.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that I didn't get to capture his entire moveset. I killed him a little bit too efficiently.
He's got a 2-hit combo that seems to be doing fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, it just gets better, though.
Yeah. So he's the first hunter, and he's able to clean up after the mess.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, because he uses a scythe, there's been some people who have said that because of his simple dress, because he uses a scythe, that Yharnam might have been like a farmer, or like a helping hand at Bergenworth. Like,
Well,
he might not have been a
that he
scholar.
He mentioned that he was, like, a hunter's helper, though.
Well, right.
He's the one that's here to clean up the mess.
He was also the first hunter, though. He helped found the Hunter's Dream.
Yeah.
And he helped found the Hunter's Dream, which made him the Hunter's Helper. But originally, he was the first hunter. He was the first one to gain hunter powers. And it's been posited, you know, as a theory that he was just like someone who was like, you know, staff at Bergenworth. And he was just better at killing monsters than anyone else, so they made him a hunter.
He certainly does seem good at it.
So is he like...
He gets better.
Powering up. Super Saiyan Gearman.
Yeah, here's where he acquires the, you know, the old hunter's bone? He has that ability now where he'll start dodging around if I let him, I guess. He starts dodging around and he'll like basically blink so you can't hit him between his dodges.
But you start hitting your parries, or not.
Yeah, I started parrying him pretty brutally here.
There's the blink.
Yep.
Boom.
Whew. You let up for a second and he goes for you.
Yeah.
Just shot him to death. Well done.
Thank you. That's the only time I've ever one-shot Gearman. It has always taken multiple tries for me to kill this guy.
And that gets
the
you a
old
bad
hunter. Yeah.
Who are you gonna buy from?
You get it on New Game Plus.
Oh, okay.
So here is what's powering the Hunter's Dream.
Another one of these guys, huh? Wait, that's a new one.
This is the moon presence.
Hello.
Ooh.
So you know how the other great one said moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's referring to you. All of the hunters are powered by the great one that's the moon presence.
Makes sense. Ooh.
He's brutal.
Yeah.
Feels almost like the Manus fight. Giant and very mobile.
Big head.
Big head.
Does he use those tails? He has to, right?
Yeah, oh he does. But that was almost an instant kill. Took me down to 1 HP.
I'm glad he takes a second there after they hit you with that.
Yeah. And then we just get this good little run on him.
This real attack's too strong.
So if you don't take the 3/3 chords, whenever you have that cutscene with him, he does that to you, and that ends up turning you into the next Gehrman. In which you become his replacement, and that's one of the endings. But here we get to fight him, because we took the 3/3 chords.
That hurt.
And we've slain a nightmare, which is part of the secret of the Hunter's Dream. It's actually a nightmare that's fueled by a great one.
Sure.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can probably see that coming pretty easily.
I mean, it's... yeah.
Are you cold? good hunter.
We've evolved.
I
So-
see.
We're a squid now.
We're a baby great one.
Yeah, still think this was a dream.
Why are we a
We're
baby
dream
great one?
fighters. It may not have been our dream, but I think an awful lot of this was a dream.
Yeah.
So interestingly enough, if you take the path that you allow him to sever you from the dream, you wake up and it's the morning in Yharnam.
Yeah. I feel
So-
like we were put into this dream with that blood at the beginning.
So it's totally possible. I don't believe that's true, but it's completely possible. And then the second ending is, like I said, if you don't consume the 3/3 chords, he puts his mouth on you or something. I don't know. He basically turns you into the replacement Garamond, and the doll wheels you out in Garamond's wheelchair.
There are no happy endings here.
No,
of course not.
I mean, why would
waking
you want that? You know?
Waking up in Yharnam is about as close as it gets, but
Yeah, a lot of people say that this ending that we just saw is the good ending. I disagree. I think the one where you wake up and get to live as a normal human being, I think that's the best one.
But what
Yeah.
if that's actually the dream?
I mean, I guess for some
What if it
people
is?
they really want to be a squid taken care of by a doll in a dream.
Yeah, those people exist. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not judging, mostly.
So we're just rolling credits here. I decided to let this just be a credit roll so that we can talk about what just happened.
Oh, yeah, it seems good.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
What do you
There's-
think?
Yeah.
What do you think of the game?
It's pretty rad, and I like the fact that it ends on this kind of dissonant note.
Yeah. It definitely encourages you to go and play through it several times.
Figure
I
out what the
like-
heck is going on.
We have 8 voice actors for each character for every language.
Yeah. So, I mean, I kind of told you, you know, I gave it to you. Like we've been talking about offline. We'll probably do some lore episodes at some point, but and then we have the DLC episodes coming up. So this isn't the last episode. We'll have DLC episodes coming up. But I kind of gave it away, like what's going on. Essentially, you had the Thumerian civilization, which were an early civilization of those weird people, right? And Queen Yharnam was their last queen before the civilization fell. They made a pact with the Great Ones in exchange for power, to allow them to be surrogate mothers to the Great One's children, because whenever the Great Ones try to reproduce, they lose their children, like the umbilical cords talk about.
Ah.
Yeah. So Yharnam was the last Thumerian queen, and she was impregnated by the Great Ones with Murgo, and Murgo resulted in a stillbirth, and so Murgo is this weird off Great One, but still a Great One. Murgo lives in a nightmare plane, just like the Moon Presence lived in a nightmare plane, which just happened to be the Hunter's Dream.
And
It's the places where the two worlds overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the nightmares.
Now,
The Hunter-
Yharnam, real quick, Yharnam is the city of Yharnam was named after Queen Yharnam, the Thumerians. I think it was founded by the scholars of Bergenworth. Once they found out about they were digging, right, and they were going taking excursions into the Chalice dungeons, and I believe they found Yharnam because there is, if you go into the Chalice dungeons, Yharnam Thumerian Queen is a boss in the Chalice dungeons, and I think they find Yharnam in the Chalice dungeons, find out about the Great Ones, and they found the city of Yharnam, naming it after the Yharnam Thumerian Queen. And continue on with what the Thumerians started of the worship of the Great Ones, and in exchange for power, willingly being surrogate parents, essentially.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be working, though. I mean, they're not bearing much in the way of live Great Ones. They're bearing kin. That is what the kin are, right? They're half-breeds.
No, the kin are kind of are kin of Great Ones, but they come from experimentation. Now you have two different groups. You have the College of Bergenworth, and you have the church, the Healing Church, right? And you have two different groups trying to achieve Great One status through two different means. Master Willem was trying to achieve it through insight, lining his brain with eyes. And we'll find out kind of why that was going on as we go into the DLC. It'll talk a little. It doesn't talk directly about it, but it kind of gives you an idea of what's going on because it gives you a look into the past. We go into another nightmare. That's where we're going in the DLC. And then you have the Healing Church, which was trying to ascend through the old blood, which was the blood of the Great Ones, and both had varying results, obviously. But a lot of the experimentation that the choir was doing, some of the kin came from that. Some of the kin came from just the experiments of both the using the old blood and using insight to try to ascend.
And then there's the hunters who become beasts, who are somehow fueled by the moon presence, who are an entirely separate group.
Exactly. But we'll have to cut it off there. This is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, guys.
We'll be back again. DLC.